was having a good chat with someone I met a year ago today, thanks to having Instagram again and being able to find all the people I've met in the last 3 years and have conversations with people again and reconnect. Realizing Instagram is a force for good when you use it correctly. But what I really discovered during that conversation is I feel like I'm going through like a spiritual revival at the moment, and a lot of people are around the Western world anyway. And it's given me a new lens in which to view my own life, and I've started to rethink so many things of my own life, and also to view the world too. I posted a photo from my friend Judy today with the cardboard cutout, and it says, if you don't give your mind to God, you'll give it to other things. You'll give it to the demons, basically. You'll give it to anxiety, you'll give it to whatever. And I really do feel like that, like when your spirit is rooted in a moral order which is given by God, then good things come your way. And it's not like it's the path's easy, but it's guided. And I've just started to notice the change already in that, and how I'm viewing things. And I think now when I see other people that I feel like are lost or anxious or have some of that in them, it's not like it's 100% them, but I feel like if they were to grab onto that spirit of what I'm talking about, whether that for them is God or to start aiming up and those kinds of things, they would have such a revival of their own spirit and just feel alive again. It's been huge for me, and it was all started from the death of Charlie Kirk, which it's 4 weeks ago now. That's what started all of this. Set the wheels in motion. Then after his vigil, I went to the United Kingdom March and spoke to people about the United Kingdom March that I knew in my societies. I mean, I realised Salsa's not the best society. It's actually full of people that, I said, oh yeah, I went to the United Kingdom March, and they said, they just looked, stunned that I would attend such a thing, and yet, have no idea what it was about. So it didn't even give me the chance to explain, and were already judging me straight away, which is classic of people that sit on that left-wing ideology side. Never want to really have a conversation and seem to judge from a morally virtuous, morally superior viewpoint as a preface to the conversation, and have no idea what happened there, and they still, what they will never do, because the mainstream media and what they published about it was all lies. And then I have to say, like, I just felt so close to my family in that moment, and my relationship with my family is building. And what I found with like a lot of the people that sit on the left is they have a terrible relationship with their families often, and their interpersonal relationships, like on the far left especially. But I felt very close to my family. I felt very close to my country. Realized there's so many good people out there. They've just been quiet because they just want to get on and enjoy their lives, but they can't right now. There's too many things that are happening that are unjust, and in the UK we have a huge sense of justice. That's why we are one of the greatest countries to have ever existed. And to see that, and then it's a weird time because then a few days later I flew to Australia, and I'm planning to stay here, but I mean they're having similar problems here as well, so there's hopefully something I can do here that can help and help revive that spirit with people. But yeah, overall it was just like a totally changed my life the last few weeks, and I really want to get involved more in religion. I was already part way through a book, We Who Wrestle with God by Jordan Peterson, which is heavily rooted in religion, in Christianity, and I really like it because it explains some of the crucial parts of the Bible and how they explains it from biblical text into layman's terms, and obviously explains how that applies in modern day and what we're seeing, some of the issues we're seeing with society. And it's really eye-opening. I couldn't recommend it to anyone more. And I never thought I'd be religious, but honestly, listening to Jordan Peterson for the last 9 years, he's always talked about religion, and I've rejected it and rejected it. And now I started to realize so many of the things he says are from the Bible. They're rooted in religion. That's why he's so coherent. Well, it's hard to understand him sometimes, but when you can understand him, he's so coherent because it's so, and the message across the board on the conservative movement that's rooted in Christianity is the same, because it all comes from the Bible. So this stuff has been around for thousands of years, and it's what built Western society. And you're like, wow, just the penny drops. It's incredible. This is meant to be a short video, turned into a long one. And in summary, from all of the chain of events that's happened, it's got my mind into politics, which has helped me organize my mind and reflect actually on my whole life and frame it in this new lens of stuff that I knew was going wrong. But now I've got a much broader version of events and a depth of knowledge as well in those events. And I've just spent hours and hours and hours listening more intently to some of the really big issues we're facing in society, and really reviving that spirit. And I want to get more involved in religion, and this book has been the gateway for me, and I would encourage other people to do the same. So that's my message. Find that spiritual revival, be proud of your country, get involved in religion, be close to your family, and also challenge the status quo. The restriction on free speech in the UK is crazy at the moment, and some people just don't seem to be paying attention to it because they just feel safe. But it's like you can never rest, because people will try and take your freedoms away. They will. So that's all for now.